Hey everybody, and welcome to Stock Abilities. This video is going to be a little bit different, just like the other recent one. I'll be asking for Patreon support, and I'm going to go into a lot of details in regards to why you might think, well, if you make so much with stocks, you're still going to have plenty to toss around. But I'm going to go over some costs here with you guys, give you an idea of just how much it might be costing me here in the next couple months, just to continue doing what I'm doing and helping you all for free, utilizing a lot of my personal income in order to cover costs. And I'll show you a little bit of details. This is the Patreon page. You can read about a little bit more. I'll be adding more information to it in a little bit. And so far I've got some patrons, but it would need a lot more to cover a lot of other costs. We're going to jump right into it here. I run a Discord channel, which I just posted in a recent video. And as you can see, there's a lot of people in here. I think at this point there's about 200 people. I get a lot of different messages from a lot of people just as an idea. And of course, I talk about stocks almost daily. I give out live alerts throughout the day. I do daily swings on a daily basis for the most part. A lot of this is time consuming, and in order to continue doing what I'm doing, I will probably need more Patreon support so I could focus more on this rather than my other business ventures in order to continue giving out picks on a day-to-day basis and helping educate people. I got different areas here, process education, accuracy, uh, quick accuracy, just to give you guys an idea, and roughly maybe 3% to 50%, 15% return on investment on a daily basis. A lot of people can vouch for me on that particular one. I go into details about different stock strategies. One of my favorites is the short sale restriction one. And of course, I go and I work on helping people with their portfolios, and I'm giving out information for free in regards to going along on particular stocks. I'll be adding more to that. I cover different money-making ventures that you can partake in, things of this nature, even going to expand on cryptocurrency and some other things here, some previous picks. As you can see here, I mentioned OG, and I've mentioned Cali, and I've mentioned MBOT. A lot of these, the OG and the MBOT, popped on the short sale restriction, and I can give you guys a lot more details in regards to that through the Patreon support on exactly why they popped and how they popped. And I can educate people on these to get more into them more often through penny stocks and even through growth stocks as well. I have scans for that as well. The scans are very, very accurate in my opinion. Over 2,000 stocks scanned since the beginning of this year with about an 80% accuracy. Cover a lot of the stocks before and afters. I post the picks before the day before and then after the day after with the results. So it's pretty clear what's going on in regards to the percentages, and you can do the math for yourself. And of course, the Stock Abilities YouTube channel. Um, might not think that I need really that much help on this, but I spend a lot of time doing technical analysis, and I'm going to be getting more in depth with that. Two main ones I focused on within the channel so far, and it's a fairly new channel, only about a month or two. Well, I guess about 3 to 5 months at this point old. And of course, I have 23 technical videos about the Naked Brand Group and 17 on ETRM. I'm going to be getting people asking me to do videos on specific stocks like NAC with their mining and their Pebble project, and other different things and other different educational videos that people have requested. This all takes time, and in order to focus more time, the Patreon support would be needed. I got a little bit more details here in order to expand on the Discord channel, the free Discord channel, and educate more people. And eventually, we're going to be launching educational websites and tools, things like that. There's a lot of marketing costs. This just gives you an idea here, but this chart makes it a little bit more clear. You got email marketing, you got social media, you got online display advertising, mobile marketing, you got search, SEO, PPC. I don't really need to pay for the SEO. I'm very knowledgeable in that. You got public relations, You got direct mail, probably won't get into that, probably won't get into the trade shows and events. And print advertising maybe locally, but unlikely. And I suppose if the channel gets big enough and expands into enough websites, there will be radio and television advertising. All these will add up very, very quickly into the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Going a little bit further here, in order to keep giving you guys like live updates, there's a lot of membership related services. I personally like FinViz. I'll be getting that very soon, but as you can see, this is just one of many costs. This is $25 a month, and they're going to charge you each and every month for this. Their tools are not too terrible, but just through free, you get a delayed chart, a delayed pretty much everything, and you don't get alerts and triggers for when to purchase the stock if you have a scanner set up or something like that. You got to check their website, and you got to cross-reference it with about 5 other websites. It's much more time-consuming than it has to be, but with this tool, it will be much, much easier. Then, of course, you got other ones here. This is TradeViews. This costs money too. It says more elaborate trading tools. Just to give more ideas here of the cost, you got $9.95, $19.95. You got a $39.95. I don't think that anyone really needs that much in particular. Of course, then you got to take into account that if I'm going to be helping with different scans, more advanced tools, in order to get them coded, because I am not a programmer, there's a lot of cost associated. Now, this is a Quora post, so I wouldn't take this for granted, but he's estimating about 46 per hour and 46 per hour, and there's projects that might take 5, 10 hours, 15 hours, and just on the scans alone and the tools to create them could yield literally a couple $1,000s, if not more. So these costs do add up. Going a little bit further here, this is the biotech, pharma, medicine, drug development, sources for news and events. Now, a lot of this is where a lot of the research comes from, at least when I do the biotech. There's a lot of links to look through, a lot of news sources, a lot of SEC filings, a lot of other stuff, learning all of the stuff that I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm only good to a certain point with stocks. I'm more on the financial and SEC filings and the basics of technical trading, but they have proven to be very lucrative overall. And then you got all these subscription services. You got one, this is a little pricey, I probably wouldn't get this one, but just as an example, now these are more news alerts for specific industries and FDA updates, all of this, and it's kind of hard to keep track of without having at least one of these tools. Then you got this one here, you got $39 a month, then you got another one here, I believe this was $50 a month, and then you got a more of a newsletter type thing. Probably wouldn't consider this one, but just as an example, this is $60 a month. Just going over all of this particular stuff, as you can see, you're looking at maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, and this is just on the tools and the educational aspects of things. So in order to expand, although I can gradually expand over time as I save up more income, it's going to cost a lot up front, and then it'll slow the process down without Patreon support. So if you're interested in supporting, all you got to do, you go to the Patreon page. It's linked in the description below. You click Become a Patron, and there's multiple different reward tiers. Right now, I have the Stock Scholar and the Venture Scholar, or a combined of the both, which is 50. I do have more advanced ones. If you want more details and more specialization help, like if you want like one-on-one consultation, looking up consultation prices, you'll see that those are much higher cost than $100 a month. So I'm offering a very, very good bargain on that. And then you got, if you're more of a wealthy individual, you can invest in the 1,000 or more per month. Obviously, I'm not going to go pestering people about this more exactly, but this, if those who are really serious and really want to help me expand, this would be the ideal one to invest in. Now, I'm assuming most of you are going to be on a lower budget. I'm going to be making a little bit of a smaller tier for more entry exit alerts for stocks, more investing tips, more tools, more of the basics, and that'll be like a $5-10 a month investment. Right now I got the entrepreneurial spirit, and this is just, you don't really get anything extra for it, but it's more of a support line. And if you could spare even 5, 10, 20, it doesn't really matter. Every little bit helps to add up to the benefit of the Patreon and the benefit of the users as well. At this point, although this is a little out of date, probably exceeded over 3,000% return on investment. Of course, I didn't start playing these until about maybe 2-3 months ago, off and on. Most of the time this year, I was actually doing the scans, doing the research, keeping logs and things like that. You can check out some of the logs to the Patreon supported channel. Other than that, I think this covers most everything I wanted to cover with the Patreon support. So if you're interested, once again, you can click on the Patreon support. The rough cost, I'm saying I'm looking at $3,000 to $4,000 a month just for all these various tools, hiring programmers, hiring all these other people for marketing and for other things, and just running different campaigns. They do all add up. So keep that in mind, and thanks for listening in, and have a nice day. If you have any more questions, you can contact me on Discord, or you can just simply pop me a message through the Patreon support page, or you can even contact me on YouTube. I don't fully pay attention to the YouTube, at least in regards to the messaging system. If you comment on a YouTube video or something like that, and let me know you messaged me. I have a little bit more focus on that. Thanks for listening in. I linked to everything below if you want to check out some of the tools or whatever. All the ones that cost, like FinViz and all of them. So thanks for listening again, and have a nice day.